Okay, so before getting into other sections, one thing that I did forget to mention is that we also have a, if I can find it here, a material ID for each one of those V-Ray fairs. So you may use this material ID, so later on you may be able to use only a one multi-step texture and with only one material. So that would make it much easier. Okay, now I'm gonna select all of these and make them a group. Now bring my layer editor and add them to a group and hide them. Now I'm gonna create a rectangle. So let's go to splines and create a rectangle. I'm also holding down Control key so I can make it a square. Okay, this is fine. Now let's make this one a editable spline. And I'm gonna go to vertex mode and select these and just bring them up. Alright, now let's go and rotate this one around. Make sure that a snap to angle is on by pressing the A key. Great. Now let's just bring it here. And I'm gonna render it as a spline, so let's go and enable in renderer and viewport. Also, I'm gonna make it a rectangle shape. Let's go for 2 in this axis and probably 4. And this one's gonna be 6 or 10. Yeah, this is fine. Now I'm gonna go back to interpolation type and make it adaptive. Great. Okay, great. As you can see here, we have a little bit of shading problem, so I can add a smooth modifier on top and make sure that it is auto smooth and prevent indirect smoothing. Okay, now I'm also gonna try to fix this issue down here. So let's add a edit poly on top. I'm gonna disable the smooth for right now. And I can also delete this one. And go back to our edit poly and select some of these vertices and bring them back. Let's make sure that I'm in board mode and I'm gonna constrain those to edge. Okay, let's undo. Make sure that I have selected both of those and bring them back. Okay, so I guess this should be fine. And since I'm gonna use a fully reflective material on this one, it's not gonna affect that much, so we should be fine. Okay, now let's add a symmetry modifier on top. Okay, great. So now I'm gonna duplicate this one around. Okay, now let's go back to edit poly modifier, and I also want to make this one a little nicer, so let's press F3 so I can see both of the vertices and bring them out or inside. And also I'm going to select these two. Okay, now press F3 again, and let's select these two and bring them here. I'm also gonna select these two and bring them here. Now I can select all of these and weld them together. Do the same thing for this one. Since I have some geometry inside, I cannot weld those, so I'm gonna go back to polygon mode and make sure that there is no polygon inside. So I'm gonna select all of these and delete these. Now go back to vertex mode, select these two or three vertices and weld them together. Great, I'm gonna delete this one. And I'm gonna also delete these two. Now select these two and go weld. Great. Now go back to shaded mode, and I just need to fill this hole. Okay, now I think it's nicer. You may also delete this edge if you don't need this one, so I'm gonna delete it, and there's one in here. Great. Okay, so I need another symmetry to duplicate this one to this side. So let's add another symmetry and go to, let's see, x-axis, and let me rotate the pivot. Great. So we have that one copied here. So I think everything's fine. Again, you could do the same thing for the little issue that we have down in here, but again, it's not going to be that much visible. So that's fine. I may also collapse all of them down. Okay, now you can select the outer edges and also the inside one. You could also select the edges inside, I mean this one, but that's fine. Let's go to chamfer. Great. Now I'm going to delete this one again and duplicate this one again. Go instance. Okay, great. Now let's go to top view and press F3 so I can see them in wireframe. I'm going to go back to spline mode and create a rectangle this size. Make sure that it's not renderable. Okay, now go back to perspective mode and bring this one down. Add an editable poly on top. Okay, in fact, let's convert it to editable spline first. I'm gonna select these two and go to fillet. Okay, by the way, I'm also holding down the Alt key while I'm using the spinner, so it makes it increase in a lot smaller values. You may also click and hold the Control key to increase its speed. So that's fine. Now let's add an editable poly and a shell modifier. I'm gonna set the outer amount to be 2 and just bring it up. So this is going to be the glass part. Let's go back down and I'm gonna stretch this part so yeah, this is fine. Now I'm gonna select the whole thing and bring it up, press J so I can see the brackets. Great. Now let's go group.